Good day, everyone. My name is Jeannara Tasarra from Grade 11, Section Hopkins, and today I will talk to you about the cell cycle. This topic is from General Biology 1, which I specialize. What is all about cell cycle? A cell cycle is a series of events that takes place in a cell as it grows and divides. A cell spends most of its time on what we call interphase. During this time, cell grows and replicates its chromosomes and prepares for cell division. Then, leave the interphase to complete its division. For us to understand more what is a cell cycle all about, we must know first what is a cell. All organisms are made up of cells. A cell is the basic structural unit found in every organism that performs several functions throughout the cells. All cells, whether prokaryotic or eukaryotic, contains a structure known as organelle. An organelle is a specific part of the cell that performs a specific function and contributes to the living of the cell. The cell cycle is divided into two main phases. The first one is the interphase, and then the M phase, where the division process occurs, and this is the M phase. This division process is known as mitosis. Now, few other phases occur within the interphase. The first part of the interphase is the growth phase, a growth phase that is usually abbreviated with G1. As you can see, it is the longest phase of all the cell cycle, so most of the cell life is spent here. In this phase, we produce extra organelles such as ribosomes and proteins. From here, it will move forward this way. By the way, the cell has a choice if it wants to continue growing. This phase is an S phase that stands for synthesis. More specifically, a DNA synthesis. We're going to have a DNA replication. And that's when we take 23 pairs of chromosomes, 23 because half is from your father and the other half is from your mother. Then they duplicate and replicate and end up with 46 pairs. Some cells, instead of going forward to synthesis, they will go in another direction to a phase that is called G0 or G0. Where there's no cell division. Some cells of the body don't want to divide or don't tend to divide, like the neurons on the brain. Anyway, the next stage is called G2. It is where cells grow more. It makes more protein and organelles, then begins to recognize its contents in preparation for mitosis. And finally, the other main phase of the cell cycle here, where we have active cell division. And it is called mitosis, or sometimes it's abbreviated with just an M. It is where the cells divide, and once it divides and turns into two cells, each of the cells will enter G1 phase, where they will go and produce extra organelles, proteins, and eventually will divide again. So we can see that the cell cycle goes around and around as we divide cells, unless it's a cell that goes off to the G0 or G0, where they do not need cell division. Examples, the neuron in the brain. So that's all for today. Hope you learned something today. Thank you.